Markets thought they knew what was coming. President Trump promised a Fed chair who would deliver easier money. A dove, a reset, a break from Powell-era restraint. That's not what he chose. Instead, Trump picked Kevin Warsh, one of the most consistently hawkish voices to come out of the Federal Reserve since the financial crisis. At first glance, it makes no sense. But once you look at what markets were quietly signaling, the choice becomes almost inevitable. This wasn't Trump surprising markets. This was markets boxing Trump in. Let's start with the candidate. Trump didn't pick. For weeks, the betting favorite was Kevin Hassett, a close Trump ally and vocal supporter of easier policy. On paper, he looked like exactly what the White House wanted. But something important happened before any announcement. Bond markets flinched. Term premia drifted higher on the rumor of Hassett's candidacy. Wall Street executives quietly warned that appointing someone seen as too close to Trump would damage the Fed's credibility. That was the veto. Not from Congress, not from economists, from markets. So Trump pivoted. But here's where the story gets more interesting. If Trump truly wanted a dove, a credible one, there was an obvious option already inside the Fed. Christopher Waller. Waller has been openly data-dependent, pragmatic, and willing to support rate cuts once inflation cooled. Markets trust him. Bond desks listen to him. He's widely seen as a stabilizing voice inside the FOMC. So why not elevate Waller? Because promoting Waller would actually weaken Trump's position. Waller's value isn't at the top of the Fed, it's inside it. Removing him would strip the FOMC of a market-trusted dovish vote, create a vacancy that would trigger immediate scrutiny, force Trump to nominate a replacement. Markets would likely challenge again. In other words, appointing Waller would destabilize the very institution Trump is trying to influence. So Trump was left with a narrow lane. He couldn't appoint a loyalist. He wouldn't elevate the market's trusted dove. That's how you end up with Warsh. Warsh isn't a policy weapon. He's a credibility shield. His record is clear. In 2010, with unemployment near 10%, Warsh opposed QE2. He's long blamed inflation on money printing and fiscal stimulus. He's criticized the Fed's balance sheet for years. He even pushed back against rate cuts as recently as 2024. That history matters, because it creates a no-win scenario. If Warsh cuts rates, markets will assume he's bending to political pressure. If he holds rates high, he collides with Trump, publicly. Either path increases volatility. And until May, this creates a new problem for markets to price: a shadow Fed. Jerome Powell remains in office, but no longer alone. Every speech, every data release, every dot plot now has to be interpreted through three lenses: Powell's guidance, Warsh's positioning, Waller's signals from inside the committee. That's not independence. That's signal dilution. And here's the part most people are missing. Even if rates fall, Warsh's instinct is to tighten through the balance sheet. Faster quantitative tightening, less tolerance for a large Fed footprint. So markets fixated on rate cuts may be missing the real risk. Policy restraint shifting channels, not disappearing. This isn't a story about hawks versus doves. It's a story about credibility being rationed. Markets rejected a loyalist. Trump avoided removing a trusted insider. And the Fed ended up with overlapping power centers. That tells you how fragile confidence already is. The Fed didn't just lose clarity, it lost a single uncontested reaction function. And markets price uncertainty faster than inflation. This is Global Notes by JP. If you found this helpful, comment, like, share, and hit the bell. We're building the strongest macro community on the platform, one signal at a time, together.